Baudak. Today we are going to learn CBSE Class 10. The chapter name is Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. Okay. এবার দেখ এই পার্টিকুলার চ্যাপ্টারটার টেক্সটটা ডিসকাস করার আগে একটা কনসেপ্ট আমাদের একটু বুঝতে হবে। What are the concepts? Obviously, like what is imperialism, what is democracy, and what is apartheid. Like APARTHEID, apartheid, what does it mean? It is a political system that separates people according to their race. Oh, what is the meaning of race? Race মানে কি? Very good. Skin, color of skin. Well, obviously, the discrimination between people according to their skin color. তাহলে এই যে কনসেপ্টটা রয়েছে এই কনসেপ্টটা আমাদের এই চ্যাপ্টারটা পড়তে হেল্প করবে। ওকে, Mandela becomes South Africa's first black president. We are reading about history and life, history of South Africa and life of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rule. A white rule on the basis of apartheid. Apartheid, discrimination, racism, এই কনসেপ্টগুলোর বেসিসে white people has been made an administrative system in South Africa, and obviously Nelson Mandela and his African National Congress Party made victory over that and get the freedom for the people of Africa, South Africa. Mr. Mandela's African National Congress Party won 252 of 400 seats in the first democratic elections of South Africa's history. The inauguration ceremony, obviously, যেটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে 10th May 1994, এই যে ইনঅগারেশন সেরিমনিতে যে ম্যান্ডেলার যে ওথ রয়েছে, যে স্পিচ রয়েছে, যে প্লেজ রয়েছে, প্লেজ টু দ্য পিপল অফ সাউথ আফ্রিকা, অবভিয়াসলি আমরা সেই জায়গাটা ডিসকাস করব। The inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Building Amphitheatre in Pretoria today and attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries and around the world, and never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of one by another. The operation means deprivation, বঞ্চনা, লাঞ্ছনা, কষ্ট, বুঝতে পারছো তো? The people of South Africa has been experienced this oppression decades after decades, and now they are free from their bondage and they can feel the essence of liberty, they can feel the essence of freedom in these days, said Nelson Mandela in his address. And jubilant scenes on the streets of Pretoria followed the ceremony with blacks, whites and coloreds celebrating together, are obviously সব লোক in a uniform manner. The people of South Africa have been celebrated the liberty and the freedom, political freedom, quote unquote political freedom of South Africa. More than 10 million, 1 lakh South African men and women and children of all races sang and danced with joy. They are celebrating their joy, they are celebrating their freedom. Okay, এবার দেখ আমাদের যে টেক্সটটা রয়েছে এই জায়গাটা আমরা একটুখানি ডিসকাস করব। 10th May dawned bright and clear. Obviously এই bright and clear দেখ obviously এখানে as a metaphor use করেছে। এই bright and clear, this clarity becomes the clarity of democracy. There is a clear call of democracy in the soil of South Africa. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged. Besieged means that surrounded by closely. When আমার চারপাশে যে লোকেরা রয়েছে, they have been besieged me by dignitaries and world leaders who are coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders of South African soil. যে সাউথ আফ্রিকান সয়েলে এর থেকে আগে এত বড় গ্যাদারিংস হয়নি। লোকেরা সব অল ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডার্স, ডিগনিটারিজ, পলিটিক্যাল পার্সনস হ্যাভ বিন গ্যাদারিং হিয়ার টু কংগ্রাচুলেট দ্য পিপল অফ সাউথ আফ্রিকা। The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union buildings of in Pretoria. Obviously, Pretoria হচ্ছে গিয়ে কি capital city of South Africa, political capital. For decades, this had been a seat of white supremacy. And obviously, this union building, a emblem of power in South Africa, আর obviously সেখানে কাদের ক্ষমতা ছিল এতদিন ধরে? The white supremacy for the white men. They are reserved for those seats, and those buildings are reserved for the white men. Now it is open to all. And now it was the site for the rainbow gathering of different colors and nations of the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. And obviously, the people all over the world has been gathered here to congratulate and celebrate the democratic and non-racial government that has been formed in these days. এই যে নতুন একটা সরকার তৈরি হয়েছে, তার জন্য তারা সেলিব্রেট করার জন্য এখানে এসেছে। On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zinani. On the podium, Mr. D. Clark was first shown as the second deputy president, and then Thabo Mbeki was shown as the first deputy president. And when it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the constitution and devote myself to the well-being of republic and its people. And obviously, after the oath of second in command, third in command, second deputy president, and the first deputy president, next it's my turn. Nelson Mandela pledged the audience, pledged the people of South Africa. Pledge means kotha dewa, promised. I promised to obey the uphold the constitution. আমি কনস্টিটিউশন কি করব? মেনে চলব। And I devote myself to the well-being of republic and its people, to the assembled guests and the watching world, I say. And obviously now এবার আমরা যেটা পড়বো সেটা হচ্ছে the speech of Mandela, one of the best and one of the famous speech of Nelson Mandela. Today all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory. Confer means that we have earned, the people of South Africa, the glory and hope to newborn liberty. A liberty means freedom. Newborn liberty, a freedom হচ্ছে একটা social term. Liberty is a liberty means it's a political freedom, okay? Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long. এই human disaster, এটা আমরা একটুখানি আজকে ডিসকাস করব। আমাদের দেখবে আমি কোয়েশ্চেন আনসার তোমাদের যে নোটসটা দিয়েছি সেখানে আমরা ডিসকাস করব why this era called the human disaster. Actually it's very much synonymous with apartheid. Why human disaster? Because the people of Africa cannot vote. People of Africa cannot choose their president. People of Africa are deprived from all social obligations, all social facilities. They cannot afford, they cannot participate in the society freely. That's why this portion or this era is called the human disaster that lasted too long. আর যেটা অনেক বছর ধরে চলেছে। It has been lasted too long and must be born thus a society of which all humanity will be proud. Or obviously all humanity, সারা পৃথিবীর লোক now all humanity, all people of the world has been proud for the people of South Africa because they have entered in a new era of democracy. They have entered a new era of non-racial government. They have entered in a new era of uniformity. The people who can choose their government, who can choose their people by their own votes. We who are outlaws not so long ago, we have today been giving a rare privilege to be the host of the nation of the world on our own soil. Obviously, who were outlaws? What does it mean? The people, the political dignitaries have been cut their relations with us when we are promoting racial government in South Africa. Because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had early broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. যেহেতু আমাদের এখানে একটা রেশিয়াল গভর্নমেন্ট ছিল, দ্যাটস ওয়াই যারা এই রেসিজমকে সাপোর্ট করে না, দে হ্যাভ বিন কাট দেয়ার রিলেশনশিপ উইথ আস। আমাদের সঙ্গে তাদের সম্পর্ক ছিল না। আর আজকে যেটা হয়েছে, উই আর প্রিভিলেজড টু বি হোস্ট দ্য নেশনস। দোজ ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডার্স, দোজ dignitaries have been come here and celebrate the inauguration ceremony with us. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take procession with the people of our country of what is, and after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, and for human dignity. Obviously, this win, this liberty is not for African people. Actually, it's for human race. মানুষের লড়াই এটা, মানুষের জয় এটা, for the win of justice, for the victory of peace, and for the victory or win of humanity. এই যে লড়াইটা রয়েছে, একটা non-racism, একটা democratic government we have been formed here. It's not a win or victory only the people of South Africa. It's a win or victory of justice, peace, and human dignity. Okay. We have at last achieved our political emancipation, freedom of restriction. তাহলে obviously কি এতদিন ধরে যে ব্যারিয়ার্স গুলো ছিল, রেস্ট্রিকশনস গুলো ছিল, we are liberal from those restrictions. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, sufferings, and gender and other discriminations. Obviously অনেকগুলো লাইক ওয়ার্ড রয়েছে, একটু মন দিয়ে দেখতে হবে। দেখ, now this has been the end of bondage, poverty, deprivation, sufferings, gender and other discriminations. যে জেন্ডার ডিসক্রিমিনেশন হচ্ছিল, রেসিজম হচ্ছিল, বা হচ্ছে কি ডিপ্রাইভেশন ছিল, all sorts of all segments of the society, now it has been ended. এগুলো সব শেষ হয়েছে। We are giving the people of South Africa that a non-racial, non-discriminatory, a unified government to them that is on the basis of democracy. They have the power to choose their men. They have the power to choose their representative. They can make the laws and they can establish the law and order system in South Africa by their own, by the people, for the people. Okay. And never, never, never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the opposition of one by another. And the sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement, and let freedom reign. God bless Africa. Or obviously never. দেখো হচ্ছে কি this operation one by another. Obviously এতদিন পর্যন্ত যে সিস্টেমটা that has been run by the white people, one deprive the other, one oppress the other. This system has been ended, and in this glorious morning, we are introduced a new system, new era for South African people, the brothers and sisters of South Africa. let the freedom reign, or obviously let's continue this liberty for the sake of African people, and God should bless on us. ভগবানের যেন তিনি আমাদের আশীর্বাদ করেন, আমরা যেন এই সোসাইটিটাকে রান করতে পারি। ওকে বাবু, মন দিয়ে এই জায়গাটা দেখ, তারপরে আমরা নেক্সট পোর্শনটা করছি। যদি কোনো লাইন, কোনো জায়গা, কোনো অসুবিধা হয়, একবার মন দিয়ে দেখ বাবু, ওর সঙ্গে তুই বইটা শেয়ার কর, মন দিয়ে দেখ, যদি কোনো জায়গায় সমস্যা হয় আমায় জিজ্ঞেস কর, আমি বলছি।